Well, you better tell David to sort of put the cloth over his ears. But he did work this morning with a view. He probably will go to Captain on Tuesday. He did a lovely piece of work this morning. I mean, the trouble is, it's actually finding horses to work with him is a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
There is, he is just completely different gravy, to be honest with you. We got some very good horses, but I can't afford to use the rest of the Cheltenham team up just to keep him happy, so he can laugh at them. And he could do that with a lot of them, but it's not going to do them any good. So it isn't the easiest thing in the world. He's in very, very good order. Nico rode him this morning. And unfortunately, it's very, very dry still over here. We're only working on the all-weather, and I'd prefer to be on grass. But we've got plenty of, we can do plenty of work. And I think it'll do him good to go and canter around Kempton on Tuesday, and he'll enjoy that. And then he can go back to bed, which he enjoys as well.
Now, Nicky, you've trained who, in my opinion, is the best jumps horse I've ever seen in Sprinter Sacra. You've trained some phenomenally good racehorses. Is Constitution Hill just a bit different to them all?
Well, I think it's very hard to say that. He's only had 5 races in his life.
Yeah,
now, when we were talking about... Well, it's very easy to get carried away, isn't it? I mean, he really has only run 5 times. You cannot believe a horse can get to the sort of the heights he's being built up to when you consider he's barely out of novice, really. But what he's done, and he's done it each time, that's the amazing thing. I mean, it's just been flawless. And if you see earlier on in the year that he was beating Epitante by as far as he was, and then we found her, I admit, not a very competitive grade 2 the other day for mares, but she absolutely slaughtered them. And that's what he was beating out of sight. So you can hardly pick a hole in the form. And he does it at home, and he does everything right. And I say, he just eats and sleeps and works. It's like a book. It's ABC. And I think the strongest thing about him is his whole mind game. It's his attitude to life is wonderful. His attitude to racing, the atmosphere isn't going to get to him. You could go as far as you like. You could go as short as you like. You could jump anything you like. I'm not going to run him in the cross country, but otherwise anything else is an option.
Get in on the action with epic offers from BoyleSports on every race, every day of the Cheltenham Festival. Epic Cheltenham with BoyleSports. It's time to switch.